I am uniquely well equipped to answer this question because I've written a book where a character hides their face. He doesn't hide his face for the whole book. However, one of the main characters is a mall Easter Bunny who spends a large portion of it inside this suit with a full mask that hides his face. In the video where this comment is from, I talked about character descriptions, and there's lots of good advice in that video. So this is going to focus not on basic character description suggestions, but specifically if you don't show the face. The key here, I would say, is to focus on body language. You can pause here to read it if you like, but around between here and here, there's some good examples of describing the suit itself and then how he moves inside of it. Here is another good example in this scene. You can pause again if you like. In this moment, there's a baby on the bunny's lap who is crying, and Billy, the bunny, does some body language to show the main character what to do in order to stop the baby from crying. You'll want to study media where characters don't show their faces, like The Mandalorian. There's lots of theater where characters wear masks. Also puppetry and large portions of Spider-Man. You'll see that in things like this that do it well. There's lots of body language and focus on the tone of voice. Dialogue will do a lot of the heavy lifting. Something that could really help you build out the character is their level of comfort in the mask. So for example, a character like Spider-Man is used to being in the mask, likes the mask, is fine with the mask. A character like my Easter Bunny, who doesn't really like his job and is paid to be there, struggles against it, gets frustrated with it, complains a lot about how hot and sweaty it is, and so on. To be honest, while writing about a character who hides their face might be difficult at first, I think it's a great exercise. It can really help break you out of the constant, he smiled, she smiled. Authors can tend to rely too much on describing facial expressions. But there's a whole world out there. For example, I have a few great videos about using props. How the character interacts with the world around them and objects surrounding them can tell us about that character. Because at the end of the day, it's more important who they are than what they look like. But if you did want to just get into how do I physically describe a person who doesn't show their face, well, if you want to avoid all of these character-based techniques and just focus on physicality, you still have height, weight, size, bulk, level of fitness. If their voice has an accent or something like that, you can determine where they might be from, their ethnicity, their gender, of course the color and style of their clothing, and whatever mask or covering they have on their face. There's lots of ways to get around it. When you get down to it, everybody has 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. It's not that interesting. There's a lot more to a person that you can describe even when you cannot see that beautiful face. I hope that helps, and best of luck.